Okay, Sonic Lost World Part 3, and it's time for our resident beach level. Welcome to Tropical Coast Zone. So this first planetoid, let's ignore it completely and let's just go underneath it. So this drill wisp underwater controls like absolute shit. Because I believe it's like ZR is accelerate, ZL is a brake, up and down on the analog stick are actually up and down on the y-axis. It's just horrible to control. And that happens. Thankfully you don't use it that much, so I think this is the only level where you do use it. So underwater drill is not much of a problem, because you can skip it mostly. Little gimmick for this act, which I don't know why it's here. These little things. Find them, roll around, you're practically indestructible. Well, this thing is short-lived, because, well, as you'll see, it's starting to beep. And poop. It's gone. Another gimmick that Tropical Coast likes to use is butterflies. These will reappear in Zone 5 as well. But pretty much collect all 5, unlocks the way to go forward. It's pretty simple. Some animal capsules up here. Again, you're going to need them, unless you're just going to grind the DLC levels over and over again, which I will do. I forget if it's this part. Maybe it's the next one. I can't remember. Crab meat's got a small upgrade. Run along the walls for at least 10 meters. Who needs gravity? Well, quite a lot of people need gravity actually, but okay. Another butterfly section with a few rolling barrels. Pretty simple. Just avoid the barrels, homing attack the cages. Bada bing, bada boom, bring the butterflies to the plant. And now, completely in the opposite gears, a cloud section. And one of the few times in the game where items are actually placed within capsules. I can bring that up. Yeah, this is a pretty simple section. This part here can be a bit of a pain, but all you have to really do is watch Sonic's drop shadow and you're fine. And this is also the first time that a red star ring is placed inside a capsule. Just over there to the left. And it's right there, and I'm a kleptomaniac, I'm gonna go for it. Mine. And it's the last time in the level as well. And let's glide and miss the capsule again. Cutscene time. I knew him well. As an example of this game trying to bring back some of like Adventure 2's darkness, and then Sonic completely negates it. Neither did Cubot, but then again he didn't have a body at the time, so he probably doesn't count. And we get invincibility. Oh, nice. And giant apples. So here on the gamepad, as you saw, too many items, so you can either discard some or you can use a white wisp over Miiverse and get rid of an item. I do not have this account connected to Miiverse, I just deleted an item. Probably the red star ring radar.
Please, Master Zik. This is not something you should trouble yourself.
Now, don't be concerned.
And down goes Az. Probably goes on Act 2. Now featuring fruits. Fruits. That's not English. And yeah, that fan will kill you instantly if you fall into it, so don't fall into it. This area is kind of wide open. There's not too much here though, which is that's a kind of a common thing, as I've mentioned in Desert Ruins, that the full 3D areas are kind of flat. Another section where it's good to let go of the run button to slowly navigate the fruit. Otherwise it'll fall off the edge and you might fall with it. This is another section where we have to lead a fruit. This level's pretty much all about leading fruits, in case you can't tell. The thing is, the fruit itself breaks if it hits these poles, and of course there's no way it's going to get through without breaking any of them, so it's a bit tedious. Also, that popping. The Wii U is more than capable of displaying all these objects. It's like you're running on a dumbed down version of the engine that powered Sonic Generations, for fuck's sake. Whatever. A pleasing red fruit. Another enemy making their return from the classic games, these assholes from Mushroom Hill. As you saw, the kick doesn't do a goddamn thing. Gotta homing attack him. And they still blow you away, even if you try and you can go over them. So, let's get another wisp returning from Sonic Colors. Rocket. This is the only wisp I recommend using the gyroscope for. As we'll see now. Because it puts you into this view, I get hit, and you have to aim at your target. In these sections, the red balloons will always contain another rocket wisp, and these cans, and the rings will usually lead you to where you need to go. And yes, you can shoot off into the stratosphere and die. That doesn't happen to me, but it's a thing that can happen. Anywho, I hope you like killing motorbugs. Because we got motorbugs to kill. We got motorbugs for days. All of them surrounded by these annoying ass cannons. Yeah, this section's tedious, can't you tell? And of course, once they're all defeated, Rocket Wisp shows up out of nowhere. And to the skies! And to our mini-boss. Well, Act 2 boss. So Zik here just follows you around on his giant fruit. And just, well, do the usual thing if you do throughout this entire level of leading the fruit into the grinder. And there's also these spike balls. They are not a threat. Yeah, this is not a very interesting boss fight. So once he's off the fruit, runs around like this. Give him a good bop in the head before he gets back to there, preferably. If he does get back to there, you can just run back to the star post and ambush him. Hop. And that's pretty much it. Yep, that's the entire fight. Another RC vehicle unlock. Again, still don't know what they do. And now for the type of level that everybody seems to despise, but it's not difficult. I'll get more into this when we actually get into the level, quite obviously. But this type of level, well, let's just say the gimmick is grind rails. Grind rails everywhere. The first cutscene.
More powerful than I anticipated. Shows much potential.
Who cares about him? Now that I'm free, I want to squeeze Eggman till he's pop.
And eat him, I suppose.
Well, yeah. Better ways to make you suffer.
And here's where the plot is starting to move forwards.
To make ourselves unbelievably powerful.
I would say that I had taught you well.
So the extractor that was shown in the earlier cutscene, let's just lock that thing into overload. See just see what it does.
Causes its destruction.
Anyway, Tropical Coast Zone Act 3. The entire level is a grinding level. Sonic's on these rails, and there's also other rails that show up alongside, and some 2D sections. And everybody seems to hate these levels, and they're not difficult. I don't know why people say they are. Like, it'll become more apparent with the one in the final zone, which really doesn't make sense where it is, but whatever. Anyway, these red rails, they slow you down. There's green rails that speed you up. Smack into a wall, like these fan blades, you're dead. Once the game goes into 2D, again, same rules apply, just without any extra rails alongside you. Hitting the minecarts will cause you to lose rings and be control locked for a little bit. So don't do that. But can I just say that this song, Sea Bottom Segway, is like the best song in the whole game. It's really goddamn relaxing, at least to me. These little gold carts, homing attack and drop some rings out. See, I think you have to remember with this level is if you hold back on the control stick, so left in this case, Sonic will slow down. Not many people seem to realise that and just go full speed ahead into obstacles. We're starring here. So yeah, for this section, again, just jump onto the red rail if you feel like you're going to smack into the fan blade, just lay yourself down. Again, fairly simple. It's like I've already repeated, this level is not hard. It just requires you to pay attention to what's going on. So there's that bomb cart down there that you saw briefly. They're the reason everybody hates the second instance of this level. Because they're an instant kill and they're placed throughout the one in the final zone. Though again, most of them can be very easily dodged, and we'll get onto that in part 7. Yeah, the homing attack still works if a few things there are to homing attacks. Again, use that, and you can also, again, slow pretty much also. Yeah, start sentence again. You can pretty much slow yourself to a crawl when using the homing attack. This level requires you to slow down in some aspects. It also requires you to not be a greedy asshole. Details. And see all the red star rings collected. The deaths were me being completely idiotic. Not a difficult level, and neither is the one in the final zone, which we'll get to in part 7, as I've already said. Oh yeah, Knuckles and Amy are part of this plot.
Something bad's happening.
What's going on?
I don't know. It's like something in the sky is draining the life out of the world. Plants, animals, even the air feels cold again.
Looks kind of festive to me, personally. Look at Tails' expression. Oh, well, yeah, it's like just have his mouth slightly ajar. Is that the right word to use when you talk about mouths ajar? That's more door. Well, whatever. His mouth's slightly open, just kind of hilarious. So we just barely had enough animals to reach Tropical Coast Act 4. I think it's next zone that things become problematic in terms of the animal count. I think it's about time I started using some of those items. If Passme is smart, he will use some of those items. Yet another cutscene with a Deadly Six member acting like they've never seen Sonic before.
Your time is almost over, Rash Hedgehog. You should prepare for a lesson in respect. Hey, Rash.
Oh, someone's gonna get taken to school, all right.
Follow, if you dare.
Don't you just have ignored him and carried on, Sonic? Well, I'm not the hero here, so I don't know. Yep, here I'm just going fiddling through the item briefcase. And running straight into a fruit because I was looking down at the gamepad. Oh yeah, the invincibility theme just happens to be Sonic Heroes for some reason. So yeah, I think this section's another motorbug killing one. Yep. Completely pointless, but whatever. This section is also incredibly irritating. Pretty much this fruit rolls away from you, and you have to crush all these cluckers. And it's just why? This is unwieldy to control, it goes all over the place. And the cluckers hide from you, little cheeky bastards. They've learned from Wing Fortress Zone. They're not gonna just pop up and let you bop them in the face. And now they've got to be crushed flat. And that makes a rocket wisp appear. Again, I don't know how, but whatever. I don't get why the rocket wisp music has a clap track as part of it. Bit of platforming to be had.
Refer to a beating as green
Well, it's only platforming if you're trying to get this red starring. If not, you can just waltz straight onto the butterflies. Why is there even butterflies here? All 5 are placed right there. Now, this could have been an opportunity to like scatter them around on these little platforms, so you had to actually do some platforming. But nope, they're all just right here, making that section entirely pointless unless you were going for the red starring. And something 2D.
Disturbs the tranquility of my heart. Tiny blue weed. All right.
That's going to be heading hell for me. This red star ring over here is a bit of a pain in the ass. You have to like ramp off one of these to get on top of the loop, and it's just like, nope. I shall take my chances of just running through the loop. Thank you very much. Spikes everywhere. Now this section can be a bit weird because you're on rounded platforms, and yeah, if that fish hits you, you're probably going to fall in the water and die. But yeah, rounded platforms, especially when they're all like this, can be a bit weird. Yeah, pretty much just ride the waves. And get a lot of rings in the process. If I'd have been an even bigger collector, I probably could have gotten 100 from that section alone. So this is really just a platforming section. Nothing really too complex with it. Just do the jumps. And yeah, if you try and help me attack Krabby without kicking them in the face, then, well, they're just going to smack you with their claws and not have any of that crap. Also, were those 2 dash powers in that spring necessary? So, the gimmick with Zik here, at least in this phase, these fruits, for this first one you can just hit him through them and then Rocket Wisp after him, because he farts out Rocket Wisp. If you can't see the next Planetoid, just again, rocket to one of these balloons and they'll point in the right direction. But for this next phase of the fight, there's going to be more than one ring of fruits. And you can't homing attack through these efficiently, so what you have to do is wait for them to stop spinning, lock onto as many as possible, and then bolt them away. Now you can't just, as I've just seen, hit them when they're still spinning, but you take damage either way, so... You probably can hit him through the fruits, it's probably just not wise because of how much of a tight fit it is. And once again, farts out a Rocket Wisp, chase after him. Nice view of that upside down sea. Well, yes. Because you put up more of a fight with the fruits rather than when you ran away.
Whatever. I told you, we can handle this Zeddy by ourselves.
That may be true, but the rebellion
The swine have gotten hold of a device of mine, and they're using it in ways for which it was never designed.
What was it designed for, Doctor?
It was supposed to extract energy from our world, but the machine is unstable. Once it reaches full power, it can't be shut off. It will drain our world dry.
So that's what Amy was talking about.
You just want to go smash, don't you?
Well, yeah. What? It's what I do.
Oh, always your answer to everything, Hedgehog. If you wish to create a cataclysmic explosion that would incinerate everything within 100 miles, please smash away.
So there's no off switch?
No, not anymore. You need to get to the machine and reprogram the shutdown sequence. I'll supply the brains. You will supply the brawn I need to get past the dead.
Nice gestures from Robot in the background.
Oh, nice.
Good one, buddy.
Thanks.
Man up, Tails. I don't like working with my most hated enemies any more than you do, but our entire world is at stake.
Yeah, well, teaming up with you feels like the end of the world, eh?
You never complained about that in Sonic Adventure 2 or anything.
Time we're done.
But oh well. So we can now progress forward to the fourth zone in the game, Frozen Factory, and we will be doing that in the next part. But wait, there's more! Later in the game, this level unlocks. Completely optional, so I'm going to show it anyway. This gimmick shows up again in Zone 6, I believe. In fact, it's using Zone 6 Act 1's music right now. So, if you hold the jump button, Sonic will descend. If you don't hold the jump button, he goes up. Yep. Holding jump makes you go down. Makes sense, but oh well. The makes sense part was kind of sarcastic, by the way, in case you couldn't tell. So this level doesn't really make much sense. It just kind of comes out of nowhere. But okay. It's not particularly difficult, and there's not really any purpose to play it, to be honest, but whatever, it's here, so it's going to be shown off. Like, there's not even any red star rings in this level. It's just here for the sake of being an extra level. And it's not all that long either, as you can probably tell from the video length. Well, the how much of the video is left, should I say. Makes the return of the killer sunflowers. Just stay just ahead of them and you'll be fine. Swerve through these guys. Grab a 1-up if you feel like it. Or don't. Instead take damage. That works too. Duck underneath this guy. And that's pretty much it. And yeah, if you do dive off the bottom of the screen, you will die. You can go a slight bit off the bottom. And that's it. The level was completely pointless. Tropical Coast Zone, why is it here? And that's truly the end of the part. So I will see you next time for Tropical... Not Tropical Coast, for Frozen Factory Zone. Zone 4.